There are some questions that just stick with us, right? Lalo na if you're a parent, a teacher, or just someone who really cares about the kids in your community. Today, pag-uusapan natin ang isang kwento na nangyayari araw-araw right in front of us. Pero madalas, hindi natin nakikita yung buong picture. I'm sure you've seen this before, yung estudyante sa classroom na parang laging lutang nga. Nakatingin sa malayo, hirap na hirap mag-focus. And it's so easy for us to think, naku, tamad yan, or wala lang talagang interes. But what if there's a deeper story? What if yung nakikita natin sa eskwelahan is just the tip of the iceberg? So, to really understand what's going on, let's imagine na para tayong nagbabalat ng sibuyas. We're going to peel back the layers, one by one, until we get to the very heart of the issue. And the very first layer, the most foundational of them all, it's all about laman ng tiyan, nutrition. Now look at this number. Almost a quarter of Filipino children under 5 years old are stunted. Ang ibig sabihin yan, dahil sa pamatagalang kulang sa nutrisyon, apektado on physical and even their mental growth. This isn't just a statistic, you guys. This is a national health crisis that has barely moved for decades. So how does this connect back to that kid who seems lutang in class? It's actually very direct. You see, hunger isn't just a stomach issue. It's a brain issue. It's a learning issue. Kapag ang bata ay malnourished, their brain literally doesn't have the fuel to develop properly. Humihina ang memory, umiikli ang attention span. So paano nga naman siya matututo at makikinig kung yung mismong isip at katawan niya kulang na kulang sa panggatong? Okay, let's peel back another layer of this onion. We know malnutrition is a huge problem. But the next logical question is, bakit? Bakit ito nangyayari on such a large scale? And this is where we find our second layer, ang bigat sa bulsa, the heavy weight of poverty. Take a look at this data. The national poverty average is around 15.5%. But look at how that number jumps for our farmers and fisherfolk. It's almost double. Grabe yung irony, di ba? The very people who work so hard to feed our entire country, sila pa yung mga pamilya na madalas walang sapat na pagkain para sa sarili nilang mga mesa. And this isn't just us connecting the dots. Mismong ang DepEd, the Department of Education, has seen this pattern. Their analysis shows that wherever poverty is higher, the gap between basic literacy, just knowing how to read and write, and functional literacy, actually using those skills in real life, gets wider. The connection is crystal clear. Kahirapan directly impacts a child's ability to learn. Now, as if malnutrition and poverty weren't heavy enough, there's another layer of stress that's just a constant reality for so many Filipinos. It's a challenge we can't control, but one we face year after year. Ito ang hamon ng panahon, or more specifically, the challenge of natural disasters. What does this number mean? Well, this is the Philippines ranking in the World Risk Index. Number 1. Sa buong mundo, our country is considered the most at risk when it comes to extreme natural events. This isn't some contest we want to win. This just means for us, disruption isn't just a possibility, it's a certainty. And to really understand the impact of that on education, look at this. 17 million. That's the number of students whose schooling was disrupted by major typhoons. Just imagine the stress, the trauma. Paano ka nga naman magfo-focus sa assignment mo sa math kung yung bahay ninyo gumuho kahapon dahil sa bagyo? And now, after peeling back all those layers, we finally reached the very center of the onion, the core. This is the layer you can't see, the one we rarely talk about, but it might just be the heaviest of all. This is the invisible battle, the fight of the heart and mind. Okay, get ready for this. 0.2. Yan ang bilang ng psychiatrists available for every 100,000 Filipinos. It's practically zero. Can you imagine how hard it is to find help? And for psychologists? Well, that's not much better. 0.3 for every 100,000 people. The numbers just speak for themselves, don't they? The professional help that is so badly needed is incredibly, incredibly scarce. So if professional help is so hard to find, where's the support system for our kids? Is it in our schools? According to the data, the answer is a heartbreaking no. We don't have a nationwide school-based mental health program. It's a massive hole in our safety net for our children. So for many of us Filipinos, where do we turn when things get heavy? We turn to our faith. And this is so important because our faith communities can play two very different roles here. On one hand, faith can become a stigma machine. Yung mga linyang, magdasal ka lang kasi, or krus mo yan, buhatin mo. It leads to judgment, to isolation, or it can be a powerful resilience engine. A community that says, we are with you, kasama mo kami. A community that provides real support,
offers hope, and becomes a real pathway to getting help. The choice really is up to us.
Okay, I know, that was heavy. After peeling back all those layers, from an empty stomach to an empty wallet to the trauma of disasters and the silent battles of the mind, it can all feel a bit overwhelming. But we can't just stop at the problem, right? Let's talk about hope. Let's talk about our response. So, ano ang pwede nating gawin? It really boils down to a new mindset with 3 simple steps. First, let's commit to seeing the whole story. The next time you see a child who's lutang, look beyond their performance. Try to see their reality. Second, let's choose to be a refuge, not a judge. Let's be a safe space for people, a place where they know they won't be judged. And third, let's normalize asking for help. Let's create a culture where reaching out for support, whether it's spiritual or professional, is seen as a sign of strength, not weakness. And we end here with a final question for all of us. So often, we are the ones praying for help, praying for a breakthrough. But what if, sometimes, we are meant to be the answer to someone else's prayer? In our simple, everyday ways, how can you and I become the answer to each other's prayers today? Let's really think about that.